I am recording now.
Hello.
Yeah, this is just to
Welcome.
let everyone. Oh, I am not good. Just to let everyone else know that this is not scripted. So everything here will be just. I have no idea how this will go. This is probably gonna go horrible.
All right. So apparently, airlines in Japan are actually losing profit due to high-speed trains. So this is a
Apparent.
debate video.
I mean, to be honest, it's only when like the airlines are like to give it credit, they are still pretty good, but whenever they're having issues, you can bring up the graph side by side if you actually find any and see that when the airlines start dipping when the airlines start having issues, the train profit just goes skyrocketing.
All right. Yeah. So this is a debate video. I'm
Some
I'm
Go ahead.
GFR4 is saying that trains are better. I'm saying that planes are better.
I mean, to be honest,
Let's
just a
get this
disclaimer, this is
debate.
just a matter of opinion, but I just thought it'd be interesting.
Yeah. So, let's start with you. Why do you think trains are better than planes in Japan and more
Well, to
efficient?
be honest, I'm just going off of facts here, but then again, to be honest, if you do look at the speed of the most modern, wait, no, this is not the right version, N700S. How fast can this thing go? I haven't looked at 16 cars. Maximum speed, 177 miles an hour.
So, so the Shinkansen can go 200 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's what they're rated for, but that's not what they go normally. But they're still really fast, especially on the east side. But we're more focusing on the side with the N700s.
So, yeah, and the average airliner speed is about 560 miles per hour. So, obviously,
They go way faster than I was expecting. But then again,
yeah, they go.
how many passengers can the average airliner hold?
Yeah, so So on a Boeing 737, they it can they can account they can accommodate anywhere between 108 and 215 passengers across its four main models.
I need to look up something else. Apparently the N700s, it is not showing it.
Oh, and an A320 can carry about 140 to 170 passengers.
Wait, I can just use trains as a model. Hold on.
So this we
Hold
already
on.
seen.
Trains description. Each car can hold about 40 people, and that's split up into a 16 car train set. So that's. Hold on, wait. 30. 480 passengers. That is way lower than I was expecting, but that's still a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah. So yeah, but in Japan, so like we need to um we need to distinguish what's better, what's more important.
Well, one
Um,
disclaimer is
the
that the
amount of
reason why we're using
passengers.
Japan is because I'm pretty sure that we can agree that in the US that the train is just not that good.
Yeah,
Or
but we
just
need to.
anywhere else. I think Japan is like the actual like that and France are like the only countries that are actually taking profits away from the plane and car industry.
All right, so it costs about an average bullet train go from Tokyo to Osaka costs
Two
about
major cities.
cost about cost costs about 14,000 yen. So that's about $90.
Yeah, but I am pretty sure that if you buy a ticket, you won't have to buy another one for around 10 years.
Yeah, but a trip.
I think your mic
So
cut out. Never mind. Hello?
yeah,
So what were you gonna say? This is not going that well so far, but whatever.
yeah, but an average, but a flight from Tokyo to Osaka cost about $60 at the least on Jetstar. So not only are planes cheaper, but they're also faster. But trains can accommodate more people. So let's do some math here. How much it would? So it costs $60 per person round trip. So it's $180 round trip for a train. So 480 times 90.
That's $90.54 for 10 years of train.
So 43,000 to $43,200 per passenger on a bullet train ride. No, like 43,200 in total. The train company is earning from a bullet train if it's at max capacity.
Yeah, but then again, multiply that by a train that departs every 3 minutes. In Japan,
Yeah.
their Shinkansen, there's approximately one departing every 3 minutes.
Oh.
And plus, apparently, JR, the owner of the trains, don't just own the railway. They own a lot of stuff near the tracks, like apartment buildings. So it pays for itself. To give the airplanes credit, they, like I said, in other countries, they're just better. That them and cars are just better than the train. I can't really deny it.
Yeah, that is true. So let's look at Jetstar here. The airline that's operating flight from Tokyo to Osaka, for about $60 to $70 on an A320.
Actually, there is one downside. There are a few downsides I can think of about the Shinkansen. First of all, earthquakes.
Yeah, that is true.
But then again, that hasn't really killed anyone because they've already thought of that, and their trains can detect an earthquake before it even starts existing. Apparently,
So, but like a plane, they don't even care. They're just in the air, and
that is one upside because you just don't really need to worry about earthquakes because it's not going to affect the air.
They can also easily avoid things like tsunamis and a bunch of natural disasters.
Yeah, but most of the Shinkansens can too because they're not usually set near any rivers or oceans, and because the entire network is just one giant bridge.
Yes, well, Osaka. I mean, there are many cities in Japan that are on the water that could easily get swiped away by a tsunami, and that would include the Shinkansen running through them. Like if the tsunami is bad enough, it could eat. It can easily
I
just wipe out the entire city,
I
including
can
that
see
single thing.
that, but most of the time, but the tracks are they aren't split up into sections. They're just most of it is just one giant. Hold on, just one giant welded piece of track. Like it's crazy the effort that they're putting into these trains.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. But let's also look at something else. Let's look at a different route. Let's look at Tokyo to let's look at Tokyo to Sapporo. It's
Wait.
also
Oh, oh, oh!
$60.
You mean the east? Oh, you mean the east line? Okay, I need to open up the wiki about the E5.
So
E5 and H5, they're basically the same thing. Anyways,
yeah,
yeah, the thing is, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
a flight from Tokyo to Sapporo is just about the same price, $59 on Jetstar.
But then again, but then the Shinkansens on the east line have the ability to because apparently there are smaller sections called mini Shinkansens which run through Yamagata and Akita, which when they made up at the main station, they can actually combine into a regular train if they're going in the exact same route.
Yes. Well, I mean, we should. I mean, it would cost a lot of. Wait. I mean, are there even Shinkansens going from Tokyo to Sapporo?
I am pretty sure there are because the Shinkansen on the east side goes from Tokyo to Hokkaido.
Yeah, Hokkaido. So, the thing about but it to build a tunnel or bridge all the way from the South Island to the North Island would cost a lot of money.
And
If
that's
you're
and
flying,
that's why they've kind of just made, and that is another downside I can think of, is that whenever there's a slower narrow gauge train in the tunnel, the Shinkansen can't run at max speed because it might derail or damage the slower train in the tunnel.
yeah. So, let's let's look at prices. About 28,000 yen to go from Tokyo to Sapporo, which is about
181
$181.
USD. Yeah, and but apparently it's the same thing as on the other side. You buy one ticket and you're pretty good for around 10 years.
Yeah, well, I mean, the
I
flight is
mean,
actually way cheaper.
you'll have to pay extra if you want first class or grand class, but if you're just going in standard, if you're just like an employee and you need to get somewhere, you can just buy a ticket and you'll be good for 10 years in standard class. At least that's what
So
I've
let's look
heard.
at, but the line, well, I mean, the line going from Tokyo to Sapporo actually doesn't exist, and it's not scheduled to until 2030.
Hey, hold on, where is Sapporo? Hold on.
It's on the northern island.
What?
Yeah, it's on the northern island of Japan. So
I got it confused with Sendai. Okay, never mind. Oh, oh yeah, I heard that they were creating that. I got it confused with Sendai.
all right, let's compare one more. So
How about we do Tokyo to
let's do
Hakodate or what Hokkaido or whatever it is.
Hakodate. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm
that's
looking at
still on
them.
the northern island.
But that's been completed. They even have their own version of the train of a train for it.
So A flight a non-stop flight is about $134 round trip. I forgot to. So
But
all the
will
places
it? But
I
the
went to
thing is
before
that
were
if it
round
has to
trip.
land for any reason, that's kind of when the train comes in because the trains are fully electric. They run from overhead wires, so they basically never have to refuel on anything.
Yes, and they're also way better for the environment. But that's not the main problem. The main thing is efficiency here.
Which, I mean, to give credit, from what I've heard, they're both incredibly efficient, just at their own things.
So let's see, about 22,000 yen, about 22.6, 22.69 yen, which is about $146.74
I
to
mean, the
go to.
Shinkansen prices are really expensive, but then again, it's they kind of made up for it with how reliable their trains are. I mean, from what I've seen on the entirety of them operating from like the night like after World War II, they've only had like one death on the entire system.
Oh wow, that is impressive.
I mean, people have been injured due to the earthquakes, but then again, you can't really blame Mother Nature for derailing a train, can you?
Yeah.
But other than that, there have been no like absolute. And to be fair, the death wasn't really the fault of the train operator. It was just a dumb trap. It was just a trespasser on the line that just didn't know what it was doing.
So let's see. So about 1 hour and 20 minutes to fly from Tokyo to Hakodate, but we're not considering the time in the airport. At baggage claim, going through security, like checking in, like getting on the plane, which probably takes about an hour in total. So that's about 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah, but then that's kind of where the train comes in as well because there are multiple services. There isn't just one network. There is the Kodama service, the Nozomi service, the I don't know. I don't the Hokkaido service and the Akaita through Tokyo service and
And it takes
Yamagata through Tokyo service. So if you want to, if you so, and then there is the stopping train, which is just stops at every station.
Yeah, well, I mean, it actually takes about almost twice as long on the Shinkansen. So I think it's pretty obvious that the planes are more efficient and cheaper, but the trains are more reliable
And plus, like I
and
said, there's a
more
train leaving every
burdensome
3 minutes. So
and easier to get to. So if you're looking for a quicker trip, I would recommend taking a quicker and cheaper trip. I'd recommend taking the plane. But if you want to have a trip that like pretty much guarantees you get to your destination, you take the train.
and
But
plus, I also recommend to not take a train after an earthquake because they usually have to operate at slower speeds. So I recommend just taking the plane if you're
yes,
taking one after an earthquake.
so I think that's well. Before this video ends, let's take a quick break to talk about our sponsor, Jet
N-
Balkan.
no,
So Jet Balkan is a really cool airline on Discord, and so if you join it, you can actually fly on the flights in PTFS. We are a growing server. looking for more members, and yeah, we have amazing service, and we would really like you to join us. And that's a wrap for our sponsor break.
Link in description. Link in
Yes.
description to Ebos Channel and the Discord server.
Yes.
Server, but don't tell anyone. Anyways. Anyway.
Yeah, please send me the footage so I can post it too, since we're both in the video. Anyway, that's a wrap to the video. Hope you enjoyed listening to us.
20 minutes of content I have. Either way.
Yeah. So
Thank you for joining on our TED Talk about the train versus the plane. Now just remember, if you want an efficient way in the US or the UK, just take the plane or the car. They're just not good in the US or the UK. Trains get delayed all the time in the UK. That's a completely different story.
And trains in the US are just slow.
I mean, to be fair, Amtrak is working on a massive modernization plan, but the last time a modernization plan happened, it just failed. Look at the UK.
Yeah. Well, hope you enjoyed this video, and goodbye.
Well,
goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.